What's up, my Divalicious baddies? Welcome back to another episode of Hyper Fixation Chats, the series where I talk about my latest hyperfixations. And today we're talking about the new Mario Galaxy movie. The Super Mario Galaxy movie released a little over a month ago, and I don't know if you know this. I mean, how would you, since I don't really talk about it, but I'm a huge Mario fan. I've been playing the game since I was a kid, and here's some proof of my loyalty. One sec. Hard to hold it with one hand, but I have these, I have this, I also have these, and these. And I have a bit more stuff locked away somewhere, but that's enough for now, right? But my favorite Mario game ever, like by far, is Mario Galaxy back on the Wii. Releasing on the Wii in 2007, Mario Galaxy is essentially a 3D platformer featuring our favorite plumber from Brooklyn himself. He traverses the galaxy to save our beloved Princess Peach from the evil clutches of Bowser. So, essentially like every other Mario game, but this time he's in space. One of the reasons why this game is my favorite is because we get introduced to one of my favorite girlies in gaming ever, Rosalina. Rosalina essentially is the guardian of the cosmos and dedicates her life to protecting her children, the Lumas. As for in the movie, she serves the same role. We even see her being a badass protecting her children, but she does get captured. So just off of that, we know that the movie is 100% not canon because my girlie would not get captured. End the video. Bye. We're done. Not canon. But speaking of canon, that is something I want to talk about today. We see in the movie that there is a confirmed connection between Princess Peach and Princess Rosalina. Is that connection canon to the actual games? So go ahead and grab your snacks and your drinks as we go ahead and talk about whether the Super Mario Galaxy movie is canon or not. And obviously, spoilers ahead. So enough beating around the bush, I just needed to say the spoiler bit first. But the connection between Rosalina and Peach is that they're actually sisters. Their lore goes as follows, I wrote it down. Both Rosalina and Peach are children of the stars. They both live on a small planet together, but they realize that when they are together, their magic becomes extremely powerful, to the point that it attracts dark forces that want to steal it for themselves. Being really young and not being able to defend both her and her sister, Rosalina decides that what is best is send her sister off to a different place, which of course we know to be the Mushroom Kingdom, so the dark forces never find them together again. We never get explained who those dark forces are, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another movie that explains that, so we'll just have to wait and see. Do I have my theories? I do, but that's for another video. We're talking about the sisters now. But obviously the movie ends with Peach helping rescue Rosalina and they both end up reunited once again. Very simple, very straightforward, but is it canon to the actual video games? It's time to dive back into Mario Galaxy. So let me go get my Wii. Real quick, one sec. Where is it? Where is it? Let me see. Here.
2 hours later.
Okay, so after a bit of time looking, I did not find it. So we're just gonna have to rely on the Switch. I'm gonna be using this 3D All-Stars pack that they released a while back to play the game. But you could download it on the Switch just as is, or you could also download it in a 2-pack with Mario Galaxy 2, or you could just play it on the OG Wii, which I recommend playing it on the OG Wii to get the full experience. But if not, those work out too. Lucky for us, Mario Galaxy is one of the more lore-heavy Mario games that there are, and we actually get to read Rosalina's childhood story. If you want to read the full story for yourself, you could obviously read it in the game. I believe you unlock chapters after completing enough levels, I don't remember. Or you could also buy a physical copy of the book that they released a while back. I've been wanting to get my hands on it, but I've been kind of lagging it, so we'll see if I eventually buy it or not. But long story short, here is the main breakdown of Rosalina's story in the game. I also wrote this one down, just so I don't forget. When Rosalina was younger, she found a Luma all on their own looking for their mother. Knowing the feeling of losing a mother, Rosalina decided to help the Luma find their mother. After looking for a time, they ended up settling on an abandoned planet where they built a home and began to treat each other like their own family. After making a home for themselves, more Lumas joined in, and their home grew and grew until we got to its current state of the Common Observatory. They started with nothing, but ended up finding a family of their own. That's essentially the main gist of the story, but the main part I want to focus on here is the part where Rosalina talks about her parents. When she talks about her parents, she doesn't say her parents are stars. We actually get to see a glimpse of Rosalina's mom, and she looks kind of like Peach. Interesting. But anyway, both of her parents are dead. They're no longer around, which is why Rosalina is roaming the cosmos by herself. And this is also why she decides to help the lonely Luma, because she knows what it's like to no longer have a mother. And she wants to do everything she can to be able to find the Luma's mother. And when eventually they don't find the mother, she wants to be the motherly figure in their lives, a figure that they might have possibly never had, except for that one Luma, but we don't know. This alone already contradicts the movie lore because, well, she has actual parents in the game, but maybe let's just theorize that Rosalina herself changed the story so she doesn't want to have to talk about death. Maybe she refers to her parents as stars because since they already passed, they have moved on and they're now in the stars. It's possible, many people have different interpretations of the afterlife. Maybe this is the Mario universe's interpretation, that once you die you become a star, which I have heard in other media, so could make sense. Or maybe I'm just stretching it, I don't know. But anyways, there is another contradiction that we find in this story. In the game, Rosalina talks about borrowing her father's telescope to gaze at the stars, and she does so with her brother. Not sister, brother. She says that one of her favorite pastimes was to look at the stars with her brother. So, this is already a big contradiction. Why say brother and not sister? And who is this brother? We never find out in the game. Like, do we ever get introduced to him? Is it someone we already know? We don't know. But regardless, with that, that's too big of a difference to actually consider the movie canon. So with those two reasons, the fact that Rosalina has actual parents and that she has a brother in the game should be enough to contradict the lore of the movie, therefore making the Mario Galaxy movie not canon. But yeah, that could be the end of the video, but you know, for funsies, let's combine both lores and make an actual canon timeline that makes sense for both the game and the movie. Once again, this is for funsies. I'm not saying that this is the actual story. Although if you want to consider it canon, go ahead. Long ago, two very powerful beings had two daughters. The first one being Rosalina, the second one being Peach. After a devastating disaster, both parents unfortunately passed away, leaving both girls to fend for themselves. After traveling the cosmos for a bit, they ended up finding an abandoned planet. On this planet, they discovered that when both of them use their magic together, they become very powerful. Powerful enough to attract dark forces. In order to keep both of them safe, Rosalina decides to make the tough decision to separate herself from her sister and sends her off to the Mushroom Kingdom in hopes that the Toads could raise her. As she tries her best to keep moving through the galaxies to make sure she's not found by these dark forces, she finds a Luma, looking for her mother. After looking for the mother for a long time and not finding anyone, they eventually end up making a home and they become each other's family instead. After a while, more and more Lumas join in, and Rosalina becomes the mother of the Lumas. The end. So essentially, Peach and Rosalina's parents die, and then you see the story from the movie happen. Then eventually when they split up, Rosalina finds the Luma and all, and you see the story from the game play out. The only difference being that when Rosalina remembers her time stargazing with her father's telescope, it's with Peach, not with the brother that we never meet. So yeah, that's how I would write it for it to make canonical sense for both the movie and the game. But I want to hear your thoughts. Is the Mario Galaxy movie canon to you? Is it not? And if it isn't canon, how would you rewrite the story for it to make sense? Or would you rather them not be siblings at all? Personally, I do like the idea of making them sisters, even though, like I said, it's technically not canon. But I don't know, I like it. And to me, I'll consider the fact that they're sisters canon. Anyways guys, I think that's it for me today. If you want to see more of my hyperfixation chat videos, you could click the eye in the corner of your screen, or you could check the playlist at the end of the video. And if you want to see more of me, you could go ahead and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. You could also follow me on my socials. I have both Instagram and TikTok if you want to see more of what I'm up to on the daily. Anyways guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe out there, be kind to others, and hopefully I'll see you NT. See you next time. Bye.